One of the things I knew I needed to figure out before the arrival of baby Moon was getting both of us a bigger apartment. And that is why I've been house hunting for about 3 to 4 months now. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys just my top 3 house choices. So you guys can vote and tell me which one you like. I know some people might be asking and want to ask, why not move into your partner's apartment or get married or do introduction and start staying together? Why going to get another house? Well, the truth is that this child came unexpectedly. It wasn't something we were ready for. We don't want to get married when we are actually not ready to get married. So that is why we are leaving marriage out of the equations for now, even though that is what our both parents want. But it's a good thing we're on the same page when it's in this marriage situation. So that aside, back to my house hunting, there are so many factors that I'm considering before I can actually select the house that I want. Number one is the mobility. How far is this apartment to town? Then, how easy is it to get into town from this apartment? Number two is tenants. How many tenants are in this compound? I really do not want a compound that has a lot of tenants in it because of noise and whatever it is that can come from it. Then a kitchen. I want a very, very spacious kitchen for work. Then the space, that is the room space, the kitchen space, the sitting room space, and what have you. Then electricity. Trust me, I know only GRAs can have about 24 hours electricity in this Ibadan, which I cannot afford for now. But let the electricity be at least modest. Let's just have light, please. And my budget is actually about 700,000 naira for the total package. So, guys, let's go and see what we get. So this is house one. House one is actually a new house as well, and it's not even been completed yet. So the house is actually spacious. It's a three-bedroom flat with a rent of 450,000 naira and a total package of 650,000 naira. So the house is okay, aside from the bedroom doors, which I don't really like. They look so local to me. The house has mobility issues. So the thing is that coming from town to this apartment alone is about 500 naira bike. And also going out of this apartment to town, getting bike was actually difficult. We stood at the junction for about 10 minutes before we could even get a bike. And aside from that, there are really no stores around us. That means if I need to get something very, very quickly, I need to take a bike to the nearest junction around me to get something. And it's even a house that has like bush paths around it. So I don't think I was ready for that. Then the kitchen was okay. The kitchen was really, really tempting. But I had to think of other things and the house was just out of it. And it's 4 people in a compound, which is actually
Except if
okay.
there's another road. But where? Ah, no road, not room. Road or road.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, there's another road. You know Jakarta? Which is Jakarta? Jakarta from Kola. Yeah, now it's past Kola.
And the road is good. It's not like this.
It's good. That Kola is express.
Because that road we are coming from is not it's potential area at
That's
all.
So this is house two. It is also a new house, still under construction as well. And this house is 500,000 naira for the rent and 700,000 naira for the total package. The space is actually not encouraging, but I think that's one thing I've noticed about all the houses I've been checking. Landlords are being so stingy with their spaces nowadays. I don't really know why. Like, come on, guys, you can do better than this. But anyways, the space is still manageable. Okay, let's talk about mobility. This house is like situated in an area like an estate, and we all know how quiet and I'm on my own estate people are always pardon my English. So number one, getting a bike out of this environment might be a bit hard, except if one has a bike man. Then the kitchen is very, very spacious. Although the cabinet has not been done yet, but the agent promised me they were going to fix the cabinet. And then it has its own store and then its own personal backyard and personal exit stairs. So the house is very, very okay, except for the mobility issue. That mobility issue is is very, 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 very important. There are no stores around where I can easily get something. I have to either trek or take bike to the nearest junction, which I don't really like. Then secondly, the deal breaker is this compound is actually six people in a flat. Six people in a compound. Six people. I don't think I'm is actually one thing I'm trying to avoid. So this house is I love the house, okay, but let's cut it out from here. So now let's go ahead and check house three. So this is house three, and this is my third and final choice. So the house is a new house, and it has just three people in a compound, which is super, super good. The kitchen is very spacious and lovely. Mobility is on point. It is not far from town, and it is easy to get to town. With so many stores around me, I only need to trek 1 minute to get to a nearby store. So those things are on check. Electricity, I really don't know what electricity is like. And then the budget, it actually meets my budget. I even said I have to save like another 100,000 naira. So this is actually a good house I'm thinking to consider, except for the room spaces, which I think is actually general with most houses nowadays. There are actually not so much space in the rooms. So I think this is it. What do you guys think about this house theory? Do you think you like it? Do you think it's good enough to birth a child and have peace of mind with no noise? I mean, just three people in a compound, just three. And guess what? There is even a market at the junction of this house, which means it's so easy moving around. So, what do you guys think? Let me know.